Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to all of you. I am Shanaz Wahidin as the lead researcher, and together with me is FR026 as the co-researcher for this research. Inshallah, today I would like to present my research findings on the design of gamification concept for business model canvas in enhancing student engagement. Okay, before we begin, some of you might ask, why did I conduct this research? Well, it is imperative to know that it is quite challenging for both students and educators to embark on the fully online teaching and learning experience during these trying times. Comes rain or shine, the business must go on. Teaching is as usual. This paper explores the gamification concept for business model canvas, one of the topics covered in Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship subject in optimizing student engagement in the classroom via digital platform amid COVID-19 outbreak. Evidently, online distance learning has become the ultimate education platform for teaching and learning since last year due to the pandemic of COVID-19. Pedagogically, the teaching, learning, and assessment settings have shifted from conventional to online settings in which this online setting promotes student-centered learning rather than the traditional method of learning. Besides, the role of educators or instructors is principally to facilitate the learning process. Having said that, educators and instructors need to be creative and inventive in designing and developing interactive and dynamic lesson plans to further address the active engagement among students in digital learning environment. Alright, let us move the next slide, which is on the structure of the presentation. Here we go, the structure of my presentation. For your information, my presentation session is divided into 6 parts, which are introduction, past researches related to studies on online game-based learning and students' engagement, research methodology that elaborates the method used to collect the data of this research paper, research findings that describes the results and analysis of the study, conclusion, and last but not least, the references. So I will start with the introduction part first. Ladies and gentlemen, for this introduction part, I am going to give you an insight of the research entitled The Design of Gamification Concept for Business Model Canvas in Enhancing Student Engagement. Well, teaching the young generations nowadays require a lot of effort from the educators to make the learning process more interactive and livelier. Davis 1993 in his book titled Tools for Teaching stated that student attention during lectures tends to wane after approximately 10 to 15 minutes. So, it is the job of the educators to enhance their teaching skills to provide not only interactive teaching materials, but also an active learning experience for the students. Active learning promotes the student engagement in the class. They will stay focused for a longer period of time and participate in each activity in the class. Students' involvement in the class will contribute to their performance and achievement measured during either the formative or summative assessment. According to Muhammad et al. 2016, the chances of active students performing well is high as they retained more knowledge during learning activities. Therefore, the need for educators to enhance their teaching skills by reinforcing active learning activities in teaching materials is crucial to sustain the students' engagement. There are a lot of tools and freeware that are available online for the educators to develop the teaching materials. By developing a gamification within the learning materials will further enhance the students' experience in learning as well as promoting a better learning performance. According to Nicholson 2011, he stated that educational games combine curriculum goals with gameplay for individuals to reach a learning outcome. Therefore, various strategies of gamification were proposed in this research to ignite the students' engagement in learning subject, as this paper explores the effectiveness of gamification in business model canvas learning for entrepreneurship students who studied at University Technology Mara campus Tapa. The research objective for this research is to investigate the perceived usefulness of the gamification concept in promoting student engagement to learn BMC topic effectively. Now, let us look at the past researchers used for this research. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two domains for this research, which are gamification and students' engagement. Few prominent and prolific researchers have been referred in addressing these domains. We know that gamification has become popular in education development in creating an active learning experience as well as engaging the students. The fun learning promotes active participation from the students and therefore enhance their learning performance. It is very challenging for the educators to sustain the students' interest and participation as they have different learning styles to engage with the activities conducted by the educators. Therefore, it is paramount for educators to find an appropriate strategy to let the students stay engaged throughout the learning process. In recent years, with the rapid advancement and popularity of computer technology and the internet, gamification plays an important role in education, which is considered to be more student-centered than traditional learning. Fellow academicians and researchers, I will now address the research methodology employed in conducting this research. This quantitative research employed a questionnaire with multiple Likert scale questions where 1 till 5 scale was used as the indicator. The questionnaire was then digitized to Google Form and distributed to all respondents in this research. 4 items of perceived usefulness of the gamification in learning business model canvas were analyzed in percentage and frequency. The respondents for this research were the students of University Technology Mara Cabang Perak who undertake the course of ENT 300 Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship. The results of this research helped the lecturers to develop more interesting and interactive gamification in learning business model canvas. Now let us dive together into the research findings of this research. As you can see from the screen, Figure 1 illustrates the gender of the respondents of this research. A total of 54 respondents were involved in this research, and the majority of the respondents who participated in this study were female. Figure 2 shows the findings for the statement of online gamification system improves my learning performance among the respondents. From the results, it can be generalized that the majority of the respondents prefer to employ online gamification system as it improves their learning performance progressively. Next, in Figure 3, that demonstrates the findings for the statement of online gamification system increases my learning outcome among the respondents. From the results, it can be generalized that the majority of the respondents prefer to employ online gamification system as it increases their learning outcome tremendously. Alright, let's move to the next finding. Figure 4 exemplifies the findings for the statement of online gamification system enhances my desire to produce the desired result in my learning among the respondents. From the result, it can be generalized that the majority of the respondents prefer to employ online gamification system as it enhances their desire to produce the desired result in their learning process effectively. Well, as you can see from the screen, Figure 5 illustrates the findings for the statement of online gamification system is useful in my learning among the respondents. The result also seemed to be pointing out that the majority of the respondents prefer to employ online gamification systems in their learning environment holistically. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow academicians and researchers, we have come to the conclusion part of this research. In conclusion, the findings of this study show that the gamification concept for business model Canvas subject had a positive impact on the student engagement and interest in learning business model Canvas in the classroom via digital platform amid COVID-19 outbreak. It is also expected that with this gamification concept that comprises common gamification elements such as points, timers, badges, and leaderboards will promote collaborative and competitive activities among the students in a digital environment to learn, understand, and apply BMC in a meaningful way, and thus increase the students' motivation, interest, and understanding of business model Canvas holistically. Just to name a few, these are among the references I used throughout my research. With that note, thank you for listening, and I really hope that this session has benefited all of you about gamification and how gamification elements can help to enhance student engagement, be it face-to-face or online class. Before I forget, on behalf of my team, I would like to take this opportunity to express my deepest appreciation to all respondents and individuals who have helped in making this study possible from A to Z. So, together we shape transformational teaching and learning experience for an impactful education landscape in Malaysia. Thank you.